Welcome to an online Switch Sports Golf video. I'm currently on the quest for Infinity Rank, and wow, taking a look at this first lobby of this first game, we actually find a relatively stacked lobby. There was an S8 player, and first of all, it is pretty rare for me to find someone who is higher ranked than me. The Nintendo matchmaking usually doesn't bless me with this opportunity, but aside from the S8 player, there were a lot of low to mid ranked S players. Which again, the matchmaking usually doesn't bless me with this. It's often just a bunch of A players and even lower than A players. So I have a pretty good opportunity here on my hands for some rank gain, and of course, first shot of this rare opportunity is a bit of a blunder because, as you see, I'm gonna have to spoon onto the green here. Not really where I want to be after a tee shot on hole 1, but I think I can still save birdie here. Yeah, actually, I think my approach, even from spooning in the rough, was a lot better than most of the lobbies. As we were flying through the air there, you saw, more than half the lobby was on the fairway. So they got the wind adjustment wrong, as did I, but luckily for me, I learned my lesson after the first stroke. For them, they had to learn their lesson on their approach chip. So I'll take that. It was a good way to save birdie there, and it looks like I'm tied for first with the only A player in the lobby, which means I have a bit of a cushion over all the other S players, all the people I want to beat to gain rank. I guess if you want to think about it this way, the most important person to beat is the A player, because if I lose to that player, I'll lose a lot of rank. But I do have a good cushion going forward in this game, which I do not plan to use. I have to stay locked in, make sure I can stay ahead of the pack here, and maintain what will be a pretty big step on this Infinity Rank quest.
Nice shot.
So hole 3 here, the wind, it's going to be a bit of a crosswind, so it's going to make the chip eagle a bit difficult. Okay, I was thinking I didn't need 3 dots of power. The wind, it was only 17 mile an hour, but needed a little bit more there. That's all good though. There's a birdie from hole 3. Good way to, well, what looks like it'll put me in solo control of first place. I'm actually still thinking about hole 1. It was kind of funny, by me being on the rough after the tee shot, I realized the wind was a lot stronger than it looked. But I'm sure everybody landed on the fairway after their first stroke, and so they just thought the wind was normal. And then they learned that the wind was super strong when they're on their most important shot, their chip onto the green, whereas for me, I'd already learned that lesson. Kind of funny. But anyway, I do hold solo control of first place. We are saying goodbye to 2 players, 2 S players, so 2 players knocked off. There's 5 more players I have to take down here before the game is over.
Nice shot.
Now normally hole 4, you go full power 7 with backspin, you're going to land on the green. With the pin being closer to the front, I didn't want backspin, so I just had to go a little bit under full power to make sure I didn't go too far. It paid off pretty well. It's no hole-in-one, but it's a really nice 10 points. And honestly, if I win this game in this lobby, it actually might be enough to rank up to S6. I was thinking it was going to take me 2 more wins to get there, maybe even 3. But with a stacked lobby such as this, if I can hold out, we might rank up here on the first game, which would be pretty incredible. We are moving on to hole 5 here. A bit wind dependent, but I think with this wind, it's just going to be a bunch of birdies. We'll take a look at the hole placement though. Okay, hole placement's honestly in a place where you can get chip and eagles, but this wind is atrocious.
Nice shot.
I'm going to go under full power on the driver just because I really want to land on the fairway. I don't want to go too far on the rough, which it looks like that's where I'm headed. Yeah, so even there, I didn't... or I gave it too much power. That's unfortunate, but I think we can still make it onto the next fairway here. Which it looks like yes. So this chip's going to be a little bit harder because I'm just farther back. But still in the fairway, still chipping onto the green. And it's hard to predict exactly how much the wind's going to carry me because I am downhill from the hole. And I think that usually means the wind doesn't carry you as much. I'll probably just go 3.5 dots on the 7-iron. I think it's a safe shot to get me onto the green.
Nice shot.
And yeah, it's a pretty good approach there, all things considered. Especially because I was a little bit worried about this shot because I landed on the rough off my tee shot. And there it is, another really good birdie from hole 5. So one hole remaining for me to hold out my lead. I still hold a 3-point lead, still hold a 1-stroke lead over everybody else. It is 40-37. It looks like the A player who was tied for first after the first hole is getting eliminated in the semis. And on to hole 10 we go. You know, I love seeing this hole in this exact situation. Normally, it's just a bunch of birdies on hole 10 and hole 1, which means if you're in the lead, you can maintain your lead. But we did see last hole 1 earlier in the game that it's maybe not always all birdies.
Nice shot.
But also, it's actually not too difficult wind here for the chip-in, and so if any one of these players gets the chip-in eagle while I get the birdie, I will end up losing by 1 point. So I either have to secure the chip-in eagle myself, or just hope that none of these players get the chip-in eagle. Man, I was just sitting there anxiously waiting to hear if there would be that eagle sound effect, the chip-in sound effect, as everybody was taking their shots. I think I'm safe though, so long as I secure the birdie putt here. It'll be a very nice win in a tough lobby in the first game of the video.
Nice birdie.
And there it is, a consistent 5 birdie on 5 hole performance to put me at 50 points. Actually would have been quite funny if I had parred the first hole. We would have been going to a 4-way closest to the pin, but obviously that didn't happen, so here I am. Good win in, like I said, a tough lobby. I'm curious to see how much rank we're going to get. I do think it'll be enough to rank up. I mean, I'm kind of far away. Normally, you know, 1 win is not enough to get that much, but let's take a look here.
Rank up.
Yeah, there it is. So that's actually a pretty decent amount of rank. A little bit of buffer in S6 as well. So first game of the video ends in a win, and I will see you guys in game number 2. Alrighty, back for game number 2 after a short break. For me, that is. For you, it was about 2 seconds, but I just went out to eat something. I learned that I don't play very well when I'm hungry, and the reason why I learned is because I actually played another game after the previous one that you just saw. Played pretty poorly. I came second, lost a little bit of rank. Probably in the long run, not going to affect my road to infinity. It was like pixels. But I was pretty hungry, and I think maybe that was one of the reasons why I didn't perform as well. But anyway, back for game number 2. Back for some more wins, and back for some more rank.
Nice shot.
So 7-iron there. Looked like I could have given it a little bit more power. Okay, never mind, actually. That was pretty good power. I
Nice on.
was just looking at that trail of the ball, and it looked like I was like an inch away from the hole-in-one there. I think I bounced pretty close to the cliff, so it would have been difficult to get any less power. And then the wind did what wind does and gave my ball a bit too much momentum, so it rolled a bit past the hole. But not a big deal. Pretty good birdie on a tough hole 8. Now this lobby wasn't too high rated, so not expecting a ton of rank here with a win. Looks like we will be tied for first here after hole number 8 as we move on to hole 9. We'll see what kind of wind we get here. Okay, it looks like it's a crosswind, so no tailwind. That'll help us drive onto the green on stroke 2, but
Nice shot.
I guess it could have been slightly more to the right. Obviously, I didn't want to hit that tree. So if you hit that tree off the tee on the right, you just drop straight down into the rough, like 50 yards past the tee. You don't want to do that, so I'd rather be like over here, almost in the rough, or even in the rough over here, obviously, than back by the tee, you know what I mean? But that's fine. I'll just curve my shot to make sure I'm on the fairway here. If I went straight, probably would have been in the rough, like to our right. It's kind of a strategy I always utilize when there's right to left crosswind on hole 9. And here I'm either going to go full power 7, no backspin, or club up with backspin.
Nice
I
shot.
really hope I'm not in the bunker here. Which I'm not, but I'm not necessarily close to the hole either.
Nice on.
Thought the wind would be a little bit stronger, to be completely honest. Wow, that was just a flat-out missed putt. Don't really have an excuse for that one. Can't really blame that one on a micro putt or inconsistent power swing. That was just a human error. No big deal though. Mistakes do happen, and luckily I'm in a lobby where I'm confident enough I can still win even if I make one mistake, just because the lobby wasn't too high rated. I'm not expecting these players to be super good or anything, so as you can see, I made a mistake, but I'm still tied for first. No harm, no foul. Don't need to let that sit on my consciousness and kind of let it affect the way I play, because I do get affected. Like if I play poorly on one hole, it does like make me play worse on the following holes.
Nice
Being
shot.
on a tilt in this game is a seemingly never-ending downward spiral, so I'm not upset about a par on hole 9. I still got a win locked in my sights. And you know what? Maybe we can even make it back with a nice chip-in eagle here on hole 1.
Nice shot.
Yeah, no, not even close.
Nice approach. Nice birdie.
Well, it was all birdies there that is to be expected in hole 1 with 4-mile-an-hour wind. Still tied for first with Bella. Excuse me, Father Bella. I wonder if she's like a Catholic priest or something. She's condemning me for all my golf sins. Okay, this is kind of an annoying just wind hole combo. I think I might try to use backspin here, which is something I never ever do on hole 2. But with the wind here, might have to. Okay, that's too little power.
Nice on.
Well, actually ended up being pretty fine. I didn't tend to go more power. Just after my practice swings, when the actual swing came, I guess it didn't register as much power. But it's fine. Honestly, it was an execution mistake. And I think it ended up being pretty good, because we have a decent approach here. And yeah, I'll sink birdie there. I think I would have gotten birdie either way, had I gotten the power I wanted or this. But, well, that's fine. I guess I am pulling ahead to a solo control of first place. I have a one-stroke lead on the priest. I hope I don't go to hell if I defeat one of God's servants. On to hole 12 here. Looks like very, very strong tailwind. I'm confident I can hold out the lead. I don't see
Final round.
any way I'd give up 3 points here. I honestly probably just going to get the eagle, and I don't think anyone's going to get the albatross. In fact, if I had to make a prediction, I would bet one of these two players is going out of bounds right here.
Nice shot.
Alright, I'm an E rank predictor. That was also a pretty poor shot on, well, actually it's fine, I can still club down to a 3-iron from here. But yeah, I could have gone a little more, so I kind of look like a fool right now for predicting these players would suck and then just having the worst shot out of all 3 of us.
Nice shot.
Wow, okay, all of a sudden the tables have turned. I have immense pressure on myself to make this putt.
Great eagle.
That was a heartbeat stopping finish. If I had missed that putt, I would have lost the game. Obviously, I didn't miss the putt, but it was extremely, I mean, it wasn't a close putt. I had, like, dead aim in the end, but in the sense that it was like I was 30 feet away. It wasn't the easiest putt. Anyway, very, very suspenseful finish. My heartbeat is definitely elevated. As you can see, I'm like a tad bit lower than I was last game, just because, like I said, I had that poor performance. Second place, lost a tad bit of rank. I'll gain a bit back here. It wasn't too much, it wasn't that high rated of a lobby. But a good win nonetheless. Let's jump into a third game here. Alrighty, onto the third game here of the video. We find a bit of a better lobby. Sort of. I mean, there's 3 low S ranked players, 1 random C rank. But I think the last lobby was like only A players, so I don't know. We'll see. A win here, we'll see how much rank I gain. But either way, gonna have to get the win. That's kind of what we gotta do on this road to infinity rank, is just win in any lobby we get. I would like to utilize backspin here on hole 8. I don't really want to spin off the green though, so I'm going to try to give it... I could also go 7-iron actually. You know what, I changed my mind. I'm not going to go backspin.
Nice shot.
Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have gone backspin. I was
Nice on.
kind of expecting to bounce on the fairway and then not roll so far on the green. But it's fine. Bit of a tricky side hill putt. But in the end, it was a pretty nice 10 points there. Really, Nintendo? This is the second time I've got DC'd on hole 8, specifically in the past 2 videos. I got DC'd on hole 8 last game, and I got DC'd on hole 8 this game. And again, not that I was going to gain a ton of rank from that game, so it's not the end of the world, but I'm pretty sure I was going to win. I was already tied for first. It would have been nice to get the rank since the game had already started, but I guess we're moving on to the 4th game here, and I'll see you when we find a full lobby. And another... this lobby actually is worse than the last one. There's only 1 S player and there's an E player. And the rest A players. And it looks like we're on hole 8 again, so I swear. If we DC, I will be... I don't know, that would just be weird.
Nice shot. Nice on.
Okay, not quite enough power there. I was hoping to go a little bit farther, bounce on the hill of the green, and then it would have pushed me more to the right, as opposed to just bouncing on the fairway, where it actually pushed me to the left. So power kind of screwed me over a bit. Okay, sinking another birdie on hole 8. That was a bit of a suspect putt. Okay, so far no DC on hole 8, although we did DC on the results screen last game. And we are safe. On to hole 9 we go. I'm tied for first with 2 other players this time, so last game I was tied for 3. I guess I'm in a bit of a better position right now than I was last game, but also not as much potential for rank gain this game.
Nice shot.
This is a pretty similar position, or just seed, as last hole 9. Wind right to left, and this time I do end up on the rough, but shouldn't be a big deal. I'll curve my shot again, just make sure I can get onto the fairway. And actually might be on the rough here. Oh no, I'm still on the fairway. Either way, we would have been able to chip onto the green, putt for a birdie. Or you never know, maybe even sink the chip and eagle.
Nice on.
I think I'm like in a very, very similar position on the green to where I was last hole 9, like last game, which is kind of funny, I guess. Was it last game? Or am I just tripping? I think it was. Either way,
Nice birdie.
it was a safe birdie putt there. I'm going to be at 20 points here. And it looks like tied for first still with Tintin. Yeah, on 20. Everybody else on 17 now. And back to hole 13. I think we've had this a number of times, this video. Oh yeah, the first game we had it, and I was like 1 foot away from the hole-in-one. And with 31-mile-an-hour tailwind, I think I'll go about 3.5 on the 7-iron. I might try to add a little bit of backspin, just to slow my ball down when it hits the green.
Nice shot.
And yeah, that's fine.
Nice on. Nice birdie.
Yeah, a few birdies there, a couple pars, so still tied for first on 30 points. It's been a pretty smooth game so far, nothing too crazy has happened. It's one of those games, though, that's high risk, low reward. If I win, I will gain barely any rank. If I lose, I'm second, I'll lose a lot of rank. These are very annoying games to get.
Nice shot.
It's kind of just part of the Nintendo matchmaking, though. There's not really any, like, tiers or, like, levels where you can only match with people of your skill level. It would be great if they implemented that into the game. I don't know if there's enough players though to do that. Like, if I could only match with... I don't know what this guy's doing, but it's incredibly suspect. But as I was saying, it would be nice if I could only match with, like, S-ranked players, Infinity players, even A-ranked players. But I don't know if that's possible with the amount of players in the game.
Nice shot.
Because there are lots of games out there with, like, normal matchmaking systems. I don't really play any other games in Switch Sports Golf, and I was never really a gamer growing up, so I don't really know what, like, a balanced matchmaking system looks like. But I do know for a fact that in other like competitive games, you can only match with people the same skill level as you. So that's a long-winded way of saying the matchmaking in this game is annoying, and it will make the grind difficult. But here we are. Solo control first place now. Looks like Tintin got a par on 15. And on to hole 5 we go for the final hole of the game. So I don't think I'm giving up 3 points here. That's exactly what I said on hole 12 last game, and I was really put to the test. Definitely needed to clutch up there, but hole 5 here, I'm good maintaining my 3-point lead.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice home.
And there it is, very solid finish, birdie on 5. And yeah, so a consistent 50-point performance was enough to get the win here.
Congratulations.
We'll give these guys a clap, even though
Finish.
they didn't really stand a chance at a win here. But this is not going to be a lot of rank here. We will take a look, though, see how much we get. And it's a small amount of progress. So far, we are 3 games, 3 wins. I do want some more rank, though, so let's jump into another game, and I'll see you guys in the 4th game.